Sorry, starting a little bit later than normal. But yeah. Um, I am fully expecting to have my 10th pod struck again.
Sam, what's up?
A Pixar movie? You should have known that was coming.
Sam, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty
Good,
well
great.
for doing pretty well for a Saturday morning.
That's good. Um, yeah, it's been a while.
I think the last one was the was Escape Con.
Did we even play Escape Con?
Yes, we did. You remember you put like 5 wounds on Heracles in like in two attacks.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we played one game and my Barks uh
Yeah,
popped off.
you knocked me out of making the top cut for that and then went to win the whole thing. So,
Yes. Yeah,
it's cool. It's fine. It's
that's right.
whatever.
No hard feelings. Yeah, what's funny is that uh I actually played that same map and matchup in reverse later. Uh Yeah, that was an interesting tournament,
Did
but
Heracles pop off in that one?
uh, just barely, just enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, those armies I brought were surprisingly balanced. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
close. I do think Heracles is really good into Varks, and if the Stingers can take out a fair bit of the Varks before you move to Heracles, it can be really hard to take him down. I could like
true.
you don't get that exact sequence of plays, and I'm pretty sure you're down to like single attacks the next turn.
Wanik was like right there too, I think.
Yeah,
That
it,
yeah, or I think it was Wanik, right? Maybe it was Valda. Um,
not
but
sure.
yeah, it was yeah. That was an interesting game. We have another very interesting game. I had to think a lot about this on my run, actually, on what to put.
Oh, oh, good, good. I'm glad I made you think. I did not do as much thinking about this. I'm like, I think this is the right answer.
That's fair. Yeah.
We will see. We will see.
Mine's mine have been I've had the same pod banned twice, and the time it wasn't banned was definitely a mistake. So yeah, but that's fine. I'm ready to slot in
Let's do
the
it.
next
I just dropped in my here's what I want you to get rid of.
uh okay. And we can use this rule for placement.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, let's see it. What a good rule. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You are the
Yeah.
first person to do that.
Thank you. Yeah. I don't know if that is a good thing or not, but
I don't know. I honestly am not sure with this particular matchup if it's the right call or not.
um yeah, I let's see. Let me take a look at this map. It is symmetrical. I'll have you place first then. Ooh, we have wellspring water. Wow. That'll be useful for mm,
both of us
Burner.
have both of us have figures that can use it, but not like
Not
incredibly so.
yeah. Well, wait, is it only heroes or is it any
It
figure?
is only heroes.
Oh, okay. Oh, I guess you have Raylan. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, I
That's
do
right.
have Raylan. I do have Raylan.
Raylan. And I have, yeah, Glenerva and Blackburn. I appreciate that it's double space so that like Charos could sit on there.
Yes, because Charos needs to be able to heal wounds.
Yeah, well, and maybe take a couple himself. Yeah, that's funny.
Okay, I'm trying to
Uh,
think how I want to set this up.
and the rules
Because you're
on
gonna
top.
have what? You have six squads of the what's its?
Oh, yes, I can. Here, I'll get rid of these guys. And then
Is it best to
uh,
lead bears here?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About that many.
Potentially.
Yeah. It just fits so nicely in the format. I didn't think about these pods at all, which you can tell because I have Bogburna with no bonding.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, that's an interesting choice.
No, it was not on purpose. This was I submitted this before EscapeCon before I knew which was which. So I just thought I just thought that the exiles were the ones that bonded. I just didn't know the names. Um, yeah. Oh man, I've watched so much Dimension 20 in the last couple weeks. First of all, Porter. What the
So,
hell? Oh
so,
my.
so, I am a little bit mad at myself for that because I came 98% close to calling it. I picked up every single clue and talked myself out of it.
I just like uh, the fact that Brennan had this whole
I
bit.
literally sent a message to someone, to a friend of mine that was like, "You want to know what would be the funniest shit ever?" And I sent this in like episode like 9 or 10. So yeah, I was, and he was like, "I'm pretty sure that that's exactly what's happening." And I was like, "I don't know, but it would be funny as shit."
He did a full loose dupe with Porter.
It was
Just
so good.
I I just he oh my God.
I
Man,
was actually surprised I hadn't heard from you about that because I was like, "You will 100% message me on that."
we just oh my God. We like just got past the temple part where they find out. Like yeah,
Okay, okay, so it
we've been
just
so
happened. It's
yeah,
yeah, no. That
they're
that that
like
whole that whole episode is phenomenal and you're not even done with it yet.
yeah, they're like getting ready for a party or something, but like they just figured out like the stuff
Did
with
did
the like teacher evaluation and oh my
did
God.
they do the confrontation, not the confrontation. Did they did they do anything did they do any sort of
No,
plan with Porter yet?
no, they haven't like
Okay, okay, okay. I'm not going to say anything, but that is an amazing sequence.
this is major spoilers for anyone who wants to watch Fantasy High Junior Year, by the way. So we should have said that at the beginning. I don't know if any of our audience
To be
will want
fair,
to see that, but
it's very likely that they
yeah,
will completely forget about this if they ever do get around to it.
yeah, that's true. That's true. And also the Unsleeping City. This
Oh,
season
I'm having
two,
a great time with that one.
there's so much. It's so weird because I will watch like a full episode and then like not touch it for a week because I like to listen to it like when I'm doing yard work and stuff. So it's pretty
Gotcha,
much
gotcha.
only on the weekends. But I will say these Zoom seasons, like I just don't enjoy them as much, or I thought I did. This season of The Unsleeping City is so goddamn funny.
Yes,
Like
yes,
I'm like
100%.
blown away. This might be one of the most consistently comedic seasons that I've ever seen. And that's like, that's like comparing this to like Starstruck, comparing this. to Fantasy High. It is crazy how much I am laughing at this stuff. And I think maybe it helps because the Zoom is just not the same immersion, but I'm really only ever listening to the episode. So then it's like perfect. Uh and the whole thing with the questing blade, Brendan is
That
evil for that.
was amazing. That
He
was
is
so
evil
good.
for that. He is evil for that. That interplay has led to Ricky becoming one of my favorite characters ever, and Cody is like perfect for Murph.
Cody
He
would be
plays
so
so well.
annoying if Murph did not know 100% what he was doing with
I
that
think.
man. If Murph did not know what he was doing, he would be so annoying.
Oh my God, him becoming the Jersey Devil, like everything, it's just, God, it's perfect. Like the way the story always plays out where he's either just the absolute worst or like something incredible happens and then all of the others have to come to grips with the fact that Cody did something really cool. And it's just like either way, it just is so funny to watch anytime he does anything. I
How many swords does he have at the moment?
how many stores?
Swords.
Swords. Oh, he's got the questing blade. He gave the peasant's sword to
Okay, okay,
Ricky.
okay, okay. I won't
Got
say
that one, but
anything.
then he gave it
I won't
to
say anything
Ricky.
then.
Okay.
I won't say anything.
Okay. I only just got past the balloon episode.
Okay, yeah, 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 yeah. Just,
And
just
they're
wait, just
like,
wait. There is a moment coming up that is like the perfect combination of Murph and Cody. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, I'm placed.
the bit with the cone of silence was maybe one of my
So
favorite.
good. I believe they actually straight up like turned off their
Yes.
mics or something. So well played on their part. That's so good.
I was crying laughing at that. Um, yeah, it was beautiful, honestly. And then oh my God, yeah. And then I just got past the balloon episode, so they're like discovering like Gladiator's evil. I think they're gonna head to Nod soon, but that's about all
Oh,
the further
had you
I've
met
gotten.
the so I shoot. No, no, no. I'm not gonna say anything because I'm too worried that anything I say will be a spoiler. Because there's some things in that episode that in that season that are like straight up even just talking about them as a spoiler.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, but I just wanted to let you know that like your recommendation to watch it, you really undersold it. I think it's been like, oh my God, it's quickly turning into one of my favorite seasons.
I think for
Um,
me, one of the things was that I think I kind of blitzed through it was kind of because I think what it was that I was trying to blitz through it to get fully caught up on something else for some reason. I don't remember what. But I do think that that sort of caused me to digest it all super quickly without really taking time to savor it as much. If that makes sense.
Interesting. Gotcha. Yeah, no, it's truly incredible. Yeah, but like again, I watch like a full episode like during a day on the weekend. I'll probably watch more tomorrow too.
Gotcha.
Trying to do some yard work, but then like just get so busy. Uh, yeah, it's the same way with Fantasy High. We like haven't even like the last week we maybe watched it once. Half the time we're just so exhausted we just head straight to bed. Um,
Fair
but
enough.
that is life during the semester.
Yeah. No, it's yeah. I will say yeah. The episode you're on with Fantasy High might be the best Fantasy High episode they've ever made. Just because it starts with the whole like it starts. I guess not really start, but like the whole Wanda Childa nonsense. That's where it kind of starts, and then it just goes from there. Do you know what I mean by the Wanda Childa nonsense?
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
She's
yeah,
been
yeah, yeah.
pretending to be Wanda Gilda for ages now.
Well, and straight up getting herself murdered.
Yep, that bit.
That's the way the
That bit
episode starts.
They staged the whole. Oh yeah. Oh my God. That was so long ago. We should
Yeah,
take it
no,
to
that's where the
everyone.
episode starts. That's what I mean. This episode is so
Oh man.
meaty and
Yeah.
good. Okay.
When
I need
turns into a baby and they're like, did we actually fuck up?
yeah, no, just
Like if they
everything that
up.
everyone
Oh
does
my
there is
God.
so good, and to explain why it is as funny as it is would require about 30 minutes of explanation.
Okay. I think I'm ready. I kind of fiddled around a little bit with this here, but
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. You know what? I'm thinking I want to change my start zone placement just ever so slightly. Is that something that you're going to allow, or do I have to stick with it as is?
I think I'm gonna be a jerk and force you to stick with it because
No
I
worries, no
mean
worries.
that's a
It's one of those things where it's like, I think this will work out for me, fine, if I don't switch, but I don't know.
yeah, my start
Anyway,
zone is just homogeneous enough to not okay, let's surprise. Let's see. Surprise. There we go. Yeah, I wondered because the 10th have been banned in all your other games, right? I
yeah,
assume.
this is the first time that I've gotten to play them.
Mhm. Yeah, on paper it makes a lot of sense, but I think for the matchup I was 95% sure I was gonna have. I don't hate this.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Thing doing stuff.
Mhm.
Uh,
I think I just kind of want to have the frost claws run in and just mess up everything. Yeah, do I want to even put Mortimer on right away? It's going to be really hard for them to do anything with her, so do anything to first, I think. I think that's the play I want to make. I don't love it. I think that's the play I want to make. Oh, let me change this.
Alrighty, I think I'm ready. This is another order marker nightmare here, but that's fine. That's why I banned Rygarn. So you wouldn't have the one up on me. Alright, good luck.
You too.
Okay. One on 53rd. We are going to go 5. Uh, yeah, we'll go here and here and here.
Only a squad of two, which means that I'm basically I have essentially 4 attacks turned from like everybody. Honestly, I kind of be glad with the 10th.
Yeah, we'll stick to here.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you were like you you weren't happy with this opening or something that I did.
No, sorry, I'm not sure if it matters too much here. Hmm, okay, we'll do that.
Honestly, probably should put on marker two on Raylan, but it's what it is.
Okay. I was like, well, that's a
Yeah,
weird looking frost claw.
yeah, no, just grab the wrong one.
Snagged the chain sticking out. Okay. Two on the 53rd. Um, we don't need to move. We can shoot some stuff. Let's see. They all have 6 defense up there.
Yep.
Okay. Uh, well, we'll just target that guy, I guess, to start 3v6 from the left. Well, from the rightmost one, I guess. Oof. Whoa. Okay.
Must be very worried because I was about to be like, am
Uh,
I gonna lose another
yeah,
friggin' bear when I have
that would have
six
been wild.
goddamn
Oh,
defense?
wow, 5 for 6. Jesus. This is where you blank though. Just pull her
Don't,
out
don't
quick.
worry, I was thinking the exact same thing. I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna blank here, am I?
Okay. Let's see. I still need to get these cards pulled up first of all. Yeah, Blackburn has 5, I think.
Yes, he does.
Okay, and Konerva also has 5. No, we'll count it down with the others. Three on the exiles. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? We're gonna go here. Actually, I think we're just gonna stay right there.
So you're just gonna stay there and not do anything?
Let's see. Maybe I want to swivel. Let's see. Oh, I guess that bear gets. Yeah, it's a pretty bad spot for that bear. Okay, we're gonna do that. We're just gonna bring up this one exile. Is it even worth that? No, I don't think it is. Yeah, we're just gonna hang out right there. Actually, I'm gonna swivel this one over to. Okay, perfect. Oh, well, yeah, well, that's too late. Could have popped up
I
the X, but I need to do that at the start of the turn.
oh, gotcha. I mean, it doesn't matter because
It literally doesn't matter, but I don't know.
yeah,
I guess
nothing,
nothing can reach. Yeah, that's
no,
true.
nothing. I don't have any order markers on anything with a ranged attack.
Yes, that's. I just realized that now.
Okay, these are all going to be fairly middling attacks.
They all have. They all used run, right? Is that
Yep, they all used run.
okay? Well,
Sometimes all you need.
there we go.
I will take it.
There we go. Oh boy. Okay, come on. Not two in a row. Oh Jesus. Okay, that'd be so embarrassing. These ones have height. Wow. Okay, yeah, middling attacks, she says, and then gets 2 kills. Well,
I mean, this is roughly what I was hoping. Honestly, I was hoping to kill two, although I felt like one was more likely. But it
yeah, it's gonna
looks
be
like I'm getting three.
3 out of 4. Holy shit, that was the perfect round for you.
Uh, no, the perfect round would have involved killing that last one. But this was very good. I'm not going to pretend like this wasn't a good turn for me.
So unlikely that you even kill 3, much less 4. Okay.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I think one is what I'm expected to get there. Two would have been nice. Three is I have no room to complain. I think we just burn the bears until they're all dead. There is literally no reason not to.
um, okay. I think we're fine with that. Let's do it. Okay.
Go.
We did need that initiative after how
Yeah,
horrible
no, I
that.
don't disagree.
Um, we go here, here, uh, here. Um, yeah, I think that's about as far back as we can
I'm
we can
small and medium
muster.
figures. So.
Okay, we're gonna use a powder pistol here, and well, let's see. Actually, yeah, we're gonna do that. Okay, these will be a bunch of attacks of 3v4 on this bear since Bachburn is reducing their
Nope.
defense. So we'll just
Small and
start.
medium figures. Small and medium figures. They're
Wow.
large. I just checked. I was like, okay, cool. So I'm probably getting
Yeah.
reduced. I was basically checking to see what the distance was, but no, it's small and mediums.
Wow, that matters so much. I really thought he was gonna help me in this matchup. Okay. Yeah, in that case, these would be 3v5s. Let's start on that bear still. We'll just go left to right. Okay. Shooting blanks, that's fine. The powder was wet from the wellspring water. That's why the sides of the boards are a little damp. And same bear. Alrighty. Would have been would have been a lot easier with 4 defense.
Got one more order marker on exiles. And he's got two on the 53rd, so I think the play is here. And keep that one there. And then if I weigh down, I think it's better to go after 53rd. Dropping the exiles down to 3 attacks a turn is good, but I'm gonna get more attacks to do that in a second here. And I have some good answers to them. So, what I don't want to think that's the play, because that kind of forces them into some tough spots. One skull with 4 dice is
Ooh,
not
we
very.
could roll some defense here. There we go. Oof. Well,
Okay. So I'm pretty sure order marker 2 is on the 53rd. Or sorry, order marker 2 is on. Well, I could see it being on Dockburn. I feel very confident there's an order marker on the 53rd, and it's very unlikely that he kills all my bears with. If he puts the exiles in danger, I will happily do that, but
sheesh.
bears are definitely
Okay.
definitely making their points.
Bears have been unbelievably efficient. Okay. Do we really care? I guess we'll. Oop. Okay, Glenerpa, what are you doing? God. Okay. I guess her
Here,
calculations
let me fix her.
on top of everyone else. The wings look cool, but man, are they in the way. There we go. Alrighty. Okay. Actually, I think we're gonna just swivel over to here. Okay. A bunch of attacks of 3v4s. Let's start on that bear. I'll just pump them both out. Jesus Christ. All right, and the other bear. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. Oh, on the exile.
1 second here would be nice, but I'm gonna get another chance to do it. Okay.
Bear is soloing an army, a ranged army, not what you expect.
Their entire
Mm.
purpose in this game is to gum up my opponents.
I mean, why do you need to gum up your opponents when your
When you can
opponents
just when you can
literally
just kill them.
you and you roll 75% on attack or whatever it is. Oh,
Yeah, I'm not gonna
65.
want this in my game against Titus. Like pretty much after I play you, I play Titus next. I'm not gonna want that at all or anything.
Okay. Ooh, let's see. Hold on. We need to get uh we need to get our far enough away thing. I'm gonna go here. Well, okay, how can we? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. So attack of 4 down on Zubair. That's killing damage. Not when you're rolling 50%. Oh, let's attack down again. Sure. Why not? Okay.
Damn, I'm not gonna want these stats at all next game.
I just realized the funny thing is it actually didn't matter if I picked the if I banned the Rygarn pod or the 10th pod, I was still gonna get steamrolled either way.
Well, essentially, the plan was going to be always like the plan was almost always lead Frost Claws, see what they do. The difference is that there's a part of me that potentially shifts. Like the difference is with the Rygarn build is if the Frost Claws die early, I can kind of shift into my next phase of things. With this build, I kind of have to be like, well, hope he doesn't get too much board control while I'm figuring out my next wave.
Yeah, I mean the game's gonna be over before you have to switch off of Frost Claws.
Mm, I'm not
You
so certain about that.
yeah, okay. Hoping for a big big block from that one. Here we go. This is our time to shine. Oh, there it is. Okay. Um, Sorry, I'm trying to think if there's even a point in playing this out. Um,
It's up to you.
I just don't see a situation where my last 5, assuming I don't lose any more, my last 5, uh, what are they called? 53rd
53rd
beat 8/10th.
with
Um,
Raylan.
with Raylan. Yeah. Well,
And
I
that's
wasn't that worried about Raylan. I was kind of hoping to trade either some 53rd or the Exiles for like a squad of 10th, and then I felt okay about couple of nervous chances actually. Um,
Let me know if you want to keep playing or not.
uh, let's see. Let's sure we'll do one more round
Just to get
just
a feel.
or just well just so that it looks even worse and then I feel better about the decision. Um,
Fair enough.
let's see. Uh, what, okay, sure. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's fine. Did he run to get up there?
Yep.
That's nice. Okay, literally doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Well,
With yeah, when you're rolling this good on attack, who needs it?
well, I mean, let's let's not pretend like your 50% defense didn't play a role in this either.
Oh yeah, no, my defense has been very good as well.
Oh, look at that though. My own 50% defense coming out. They've got three. Okay. All right. One on the 53rd. Our last two fellas.
You got three, right? No, four.
Got four. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, look at that. Okay. And here. All right. We'll attack down. Oh, actually, yeah. I mean, I'm not expecting to kill him here, so we're gonna need then that second attack down. Which is probably too little too late. Oh, we couldn't even get that kill. It's embarrassing. 2 on 53rd. We're going to not move here, so we'll attack down. 4v4, which we've put a lot of. Oh, I just realized this should have only been a 3v4. That is
Oh, that's
that is
fine.
my mistake. He actually shouldn't have taken a wound there.
Oh, that's
Uh,
fine. I missed it too.
yeah. Because now I'm realizing, yeah, what do I actually want to take a shot with? Because this guy probably can't even see this guy because these are the Lauer trees, right?
Yeah, I think you probably can. I don't know. I haven't really busted them out and played with them, so I don't know how thick they are.
Sure. We'll do the 3v4 down on the bear then. 'Cause that's I think my yeah, I don't own. I guess I technically had a couple in the the battle box that I got before I sold all that terrain. I don't think I even took a look at the trees. Other than just to sit them on the hexes and confirm that yes, they do not quite line up properly. Um, All right. If I kill two Necrotech here, we'll play it out. How about that?
Seems reasonable.
Uh, cool. Here we go. Um, let's do. Let's shoot here because that will free up this one. 3v4. Okay. All right. GG's. That was just
I mean, you did
brutal.
a wound.
It literally doesn't matter. With the last two Frost Claws and the Necrotechs, you will win the game before you even have to activate your other pod.
That's fair.
Um, yeah, that was an absolutely astonishing display of what happens when the dice are one-sided. I mean, we were at I took a screenshot at the end of our first order marker on the second round, and you were at 75% attack dice and
Damn.
51% defense dice, and I rolled a fair amount more. I rolled literally double the amount of attack dice, and I had only four more skulls than you did at 53%, and then 23% defense also didn't help me
Yeah.
when I lost three. I lost three. Uh,
353rd. See, the
and
one of
I
the one of the plans was to see, I think if I had not really killed much, I probably just leave the bears there in like good positions. Um uh and then just shift over to some of my other army while the bears just kind of sit there and hopefully tank attacks. But when they started killing things, I was like, I guess we'll just keep riding them.
yeah.
So
Well, I mean, it literally didn't matter. Yeah, I expected the Bears to come in, uh, kill maybe one, like one of the ones on height, and even that is still only a 1 in 3 chance to get a kill. So perfectly reasonable that they just don't do anything, and then exiles pop off one or two of them. Now, to be fair, I really thought Bogburno would have helped me in this matchup, which is why he's sitting
yeah, no,
so isolated
I
there.
agree with you on that.
Um,
Exact. I was looking it up to be like, okay, how big of an aura radius is that? And then I saw smaller, medium, and I was like, well, it
but not
doesn't matter.
not that I would have like been like, oh, maybe I should have banned the Frostclaw pod. Like it wouldn't have changed anything. Um, other than I maybe would have had like a 53rd in that spot instead of Bachburner or something. Although it does help with the Necrotech Wraith Riders, I guess. But yeah, I
Yeah,
just thought I'll sit back. Whatever you open with, I'll just pile up 53rd in that little like uh there's kind of a two choke points around the wall here, so I'll just pile them up and then hop exiles up into that spot uh, and and shoot, and then you push far enough forward, and you killed so many things that you actually broke a hole. And even winning that initiative with exiles, I don't think I killed a bear, did I? I maybe killed
don't. I
one.
think you killed one. So like,
Uh,
well, like the
but,
thing was
but
like I
then the
was
next
based.
turn, yeah, the
Yeah,
next turn I still had three more. I had four more attacks of three before, two attacks each on the bear. Pretty reasonable chance to kill one, if not two, and wound at least put some wounds on. And of course, they
yeah,
just weren't even close. And then the bears on the flip side with their 3v3s, and
yeah.
they were getting some 4v3s, but their 3v3s again in half the dice, you killed three times the amount that I did. I mean,
Yeah. So
there's
I mean, my
no,
my basic game plan was pretty much always going to be bears and necrotex try and kill as much as they can because I was fully expecting you to play pod games and it was like honestly my best chance is to just mess with those pods as best I can and bears and necrotex are my best options for that. And then I was basically like pushing myself towards a and then Exiles, I think, might have honestly been the next play, just because you'll have enough range that I can probably play some sneaky games, especially still in Raylan's Aura. The one of the thoughts that I originally had was shifting. So one of the things that I was contemplating doing, um, had you let me replay my placement, would have been put Raylan one step closer, so I can put Raylan here. Um, which you might start targeting her, but I honestly am kind of okay with that because that's
I'm not gonna die. Yeah.
she's not going to die
Mm.
quickly unless I roll really badly or you roll really hot. And but at that point, honestly, so when I was just like, honestly, just run the bears in, run the necrotex in, and honestly, the plan was just basically finish off with 10th because no matter because if I've if it's Bach Burna at the end game, I can just shoot him from range. And if it is Glenevra, like Hani's Darkness, the 10th are perfectly fine to move up and use the bayonets on you. So,
Yeah. 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 No,
so I
I
was
well.
basically like, I felt pretty good no matter. I felt like I was like, if I can honestly, and yeah, it depended on how many. I was honestly kind of realizing like once I sent the Frostglass board, I was like, probably don't bring out the 10th for quite a bit because it's just so much harder for you to do things in the late game if I have 8/10. Still, thanks for the game. It was a
Yeah.
good one. Even if,
Well,
even if my
think about
dice
that.
popped off, but I mean,
Yeah, I've just been, man, the last 8 straight games, I've just been varianced to death, and I do not know what to do about it.
that was
Um,
so
I ate
I will
that big
say
bowl of fruit, and I really just,
the first 4 months of this year, I felt like I was going through that. So I know your pain, where you're just like, cool, cool. I guess that's what's happening.
I
So
when there's a 20 to 30% discrepancy in the dice stats in the middle of the second round, you like uh, like
there's only so much
the
you can
game is
do.
just unwinnable. The game is truly just unwinnable. And I do think actually if I had knaves, I would have done a lot better in the last 2 games.
I
Um
know I beat them in
like
round two, but round one, they had Knaves and Bonnie, and Bonnie just straight up murdered one of my Frost Claws like first shot that she took on him. It was very yeah, no, that
I
was that
like
was
yeah, I like Bach a lot. I really thought this was one of fun. To be fair, the Exiles did a ton of work for me in the first 2 games, so
the
it's kind of a
Exiles are
weird
so good.
balance. But I think Bach Burna was literally a waste of space in basically every single game. So I think I needed something. I mean, any other. I think he's 110 in Delta still. Maybe he's up
I
to
think he's
100.
100.
But there's still lots of AOA stuff that there's still plenty of AOA stuff that would have been a lot better if I
Was
wanted to keep
this
the Exiles.
was this
Um,
did you have
every
how many
time.
po so was he at 100 when Tommy posted this? Because I don't think he was.
Oh, I guess I don't know. Well, let's see. Now my AOA pod is 100 plus 80 plus.
90.
Oh, Minerva is not on here.
Culnever's
I
on
guess
90.
Minerva.
She's on the pre-release builder. She's 90.
Oh, I'm 30 points short. Yeah, so we might have been more expensive.
Yeah,
It
honestly,
was 120 originally.
125. 125.
Yeah, so it
It's
should
a
have been
shame
it
that
should have
you
been
like,
cost pause.
well, let's
Yeah.
see. So 75 plus 90 would be 165, right?
Yeah.
I think Drake AOA would have been way better.
Yeah, or even if I wanted like to keep a similar vibe, Raylin AOA would have done
Yeah,
exactly what Bach did, but better.
yeah, agreed.
But again,
Agreed.
I thought, I thought this was the squad that bonded. But I don't like I fell in love with the Exiles. They're fantastic. Um
Yeah.
like truly they're so good. They just they couldn't crack through 50% defense this game, which is not their fault because they were having to carry a pretty heavy load.
Well, yeah, that was kind of my thought process when I was figuring out what I wanted to ban. I was like, okay, 10th or uh what was it? Um or 53rd. And I was like, the more I thought about it, the more I was like, 53rd get two fewer attacks, and while they have higher base defense, they don't get bonuses for doing melee stuff, and I have enough melee people, so I was like, I think I could just straight up try and out attack him if he puts the exiles in a dangerous spot and I kill two of them. He's never going to get. I am basically getting more attacks per turn than him after that point. So it was like I felt like that was my best shot, and then if I had the Bears run forward and kill, I don't know, three or four 53rd, and if the Necrotex killed like two more, I felt really good about things after that point. It was like, yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, it was like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I was just basically like, I need them to. That's why I was prioritizing 53rd in the early game because I was like, the fewer of these things that he has running around, the less he can really play games with me, and the more I can do
Yeah.
things.
Well, I kind of thought in my head that the 53rd would be happy to watch the Frost Claws run towards them because you're looking at two full turns of attacks before they actually get their full attack potential on you. Now, as we saw, they didn't need it at all. In
Well, I mean,
fact,
this map.
I think 4 out of the 5 times that they ran, they got the kill.
Well, I mean, the thing was that it was like I was honestly like they were there to just kind of be blockers and like four defense and two life. It stands up to a lot of things, and since there was so much uh, jungle, and it was going to be very hard for you to get to a place where I didn't have height and jungle or something. Or in those early rounds, I had height and jungle and Raylan, or sorry, I had height and Raylan or jungle and Raylan. So it was like, yeah, and
Yeah. Well,
I
but
was,
yeah, I think
yeah, no,
this game.
I get the logic. I was just thinking like
Yeah.
I feel like if I was to basically, I was like, the Bears are going in and I'm riding them until they die, essentially. Well, not quite, but I mean, obviously I brought in the Necrotech Necrotechs after a little bit, but it was definitely like in the early game, I was just like, we're gonna have the Bears do what they can and try and tie up as many people as possible. Like if I kill people, great, but I want to kill like several 53rd and try and just bottle them up, keep them from getting to good spots on the map, and go from there.
Yeah. Yeah, I just thought I could completely stifle the Bears. I mean, I had a chance if the variance breaks the other way. I mean, 5 out of 6 is way less likely than 1 out of 6. So I had a chance to just pop off a bear on the very first turn, especially with
Yeah,
2 attacks. And then you're down to 3, and then the Bears run in, and then I probably do come out with the Exiles and use the pistol. I probably don't sit back. So I use the pistol. Maybe I get lucky. I've got 4 attacks, 3v5, kill one more. If the Bears kill 2 Exiles there, that's fine. Now I just finish off the Bears with Exiles or 53rd, and I've lost the Exiles for the Bears, which is a pretty fine trade. So that was the thinking, and then the Bears just, I mean,
yeah. I
again,
mean, I then
I threw
probably go to
50
Necrotech
attacks into them and
and
did 4 wounds.
yeah, and Necrotech. The thing is, they can kind of mitigate your range boost at that point because I have such high movement and the chain grab. So
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get the first strike, but it's still a squad of 3 with pretty average defense. And again, Bogburna would
does work
actually help in that
does work on that. Yeah.
situation.
I mean, the
So
question
then
is
I
if I'd be, yeah, so, but I mean, because of chain grab, I don't have to be in Bachburn as Aura.
no, but you do risk just not getting an attack that turn,
Sure.
which is pretty I mean,
Yeah, it's one of those things where
you know,
basically,
it's
yeah,
always
the plan was Frost Claws and Necrotex to try and just kill as much as they can and see what happens from there.
I think with the way you were rolling, you could have Raylan run up and just taken out half my start zone. I don't
Fair
think it would
enough.
have mattered. Like there's literally nothing I could have done. Um, yeah, Raylan. I guess yeah, Buck bonds, but so does Raylan. Interesting that I guess Bach heals too. I'm just trying to wrap my head around this delta pricing here, but yeah, would that have been well? Because I submitted this before ScapeCon.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
the
would have
Delta
been
hadn't
before the
happened.
last delta
Hmm.
update.
Yep.
Yeah. Because then otherwise everybody would have run 6x Drow for their classic
You
pod.
can't. You can't. It's just 12 figure
Oh,
limit.
was there figure limit? Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Gotcha.
No, that hit both of my last two opponents. Tommy had a 4x Buccaneer pod, and I'm like, you have to drop a full squad of those, and he's like, oh, I do. And Shurig had to drop a trooper in our matchup. Was it Shurig? I don't remember if it was Shurig or not,
For
but
the
yeah.
microcore?
Microcore troopers. He had troopers X3 and Kira,
Oh, okay.
so he had to drop
Gotcha.
one.
Oh yeah, my opponent did too in the first round. I didn't even think about that. Whoops. Okay. Not that it mattered at all, because the exiles went absolutely nuts, but
Fair enough.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, um,
they're an interesting little crew. I don't regret having them, but I regret having both them and Bachburna.
yeah, no,
Because
that makes sense.
he was fully I mean, I played 100 points down every game is pretty much what it boiled down to.
Well, it's
Um,
interesting because I know a bunch of people were wondering like, do I run the Frost Claws without any heroes? And I was like, honestly, I just liked more having more bodies.
yeah, they're solid. I still think they probably struggle into a higher activation range group of anything.
I could see
Um,
that.
because then Glenerva, man, Glenerva is a game changer, I think.
I think
I
she's
think
really
she
good in
will
these type of formats because
I think she
pods
will
are.
define yeah, I think she will define like the ranged meta moving forward because you like
Well, you
man,
can't
the
you
ability
can't
to
shoot from
dictate
range though, right?
no, but the ability to dictate when it happens is incredibly powerful. Like there we take all the melee figures off the board and it's just 53rd versus 10th. I can guarantee that you never get Wait Then Fire. I can guarantee it as long as my X is always activated on the last order marker of the round. And it's fine if I don't get shots, but neither do you. And you're never going to be able to shoot because if I win initiative, then it drops, but then I just back up a little into 7 range and shoot you. Or you win initiative and you still can't shoot into the darkness because it's still active. So I can Glenerva literally guarantees that Wait Then Fire squads will never get Wait Then Fire. It's it's so strong. It's so strong. And it was the same way into the microcore matchup. Um the first game. I mean, it just stunted their ability to do anything. Um and even though I couldn't shoot, I would just take the time to develop. Uh and then my opponent would develop and then I would pop out and get the first attacks and higher quality attacks. Um yeah, I really think she is going to see some very very top tier play. Now this turned into a melee matchup, so she didn't do anything for me.
See, yeah, I'm not as fully. I'm convinced that she's going to have some very good matchups, but I don't. I think
I mean,
I think for me, what it is that I feel like, I guess for me, it's the question of maybe I am underestimating her. I think for me, I'm just sort of like, it feels like one of those things where, um,
I
I
mean,
don't
you
know.
never got to see it this game, which is unfortunate. I think you
Yeah,
would
it's
have
one of
been
those things where it's like, I'm not quite
you would
sure
have
what.
been you would have been unpleasantly surprised. You would have I think you would have very quickly realized how difficult she is to play into.
Okay.
Uh,
I mean,
when you
admittedly,
just
like I
have
said,
to.
I feel like it would have been more the case if I had B11s because B11s don't really have an answer to, um, because with the 10th, I can just get my bayonets in then.
Yeah, but they still have to get. Then you're drawn out of Raylan's aura, and I'm fine with that too.
Fair.
Plus
And I mean,
the
honestly,
plus
I
the
will
plus
say one
five
of the,
moves in the stone range, so
yeah, well, one of the things that was like that with I will say, banning the Rygarn pod did because I did think about something like this, and I will say with the Rygarn pod, I was definitely like, I was expecting to play with the Rygarn pod, and I was like, well, if he uses Glenevra, then I'll just swap it over to one of my melee squads. So, um,
right. Yeah.
which I guess that might have been that was a good call on that front, but I mean, yeah, it ended up not mattering because my melee squads just did work.
Right.
I guess for me, I'm how do I put this? I definitely think she's going to be very good in formats like this. I guess I'm not as certain that she's going to be as game defining in games with lots of commons. Does that make sense?
I mean, I'm not saying she's like Q9 level, but and especially yeah, because melee builds do exist, so you risk running into like knights or heavies where she's
Yeah.
effectively useless.
So
Um,
I am. It's one of those things where it's like I feel like in these kind of like potty draft things, she's going to be very powerful. I'm not at
yeah.
this. I'm not as convinced in like cheese metas that she's going to be dominant. But
Oh
we'll
no,
see.
no. Well, man. Well, again, because you can still run into full melee, and then
Yeah.
you're wasting 90 points. But she even the second game. Now, granted, it was not a very good Quahan army. It was just Quahan, Frostclaws, and a couple other things. But I mean, she totally stinted what Quahan was able to do. Um,
Oh, interesting.
basically, I mean, she basically forced Quahan into melee in order to get off multiple chain lightning attacks. Because the chain lightning actually, if because it targets figure to figure, can actually cut through the darkness a little bit. But then it forced Quahan into my start zone, and then Exiles just annihilated Quahan.
So
Um,
honestly, I will say in V Cheese, I think
I,
the two builds that seem most likely to run her, um, probably the micro build. Oh, and the Rygarn plus Uniques build feels like it could run home.
oh, interesting. Sure. Does Rygarn? Yeah, you could swap like an X onto Glenerva to activate it if you really want to be tricky, right?
Well, and it also it allows you to be I don't think you can swap X's, but if you put the X order marker on her every round, you can basically make it so that feels like an army that could get a ton of value out of it. The problem is I'm not sure what you drop to get her.
Right. I guess. Well, that yeah. I mean that army. The army is anti-range in the sense that Q9 exists.
Yeah, it's got
So
Q9,
you,
it's got Brute
so
Guts, it's got
you,
Mara Warriors, it's got a fair bit of range in it, so I don't know.
yeah.
Maybe if it's at a weird, awkward point total where if you bring Mara Warriors, you have 40 points left over, and it's like, what am I doing with that? Then it's like, well, maybe I just bring
Uh,
Glenever instead, and just,
sure.
but
Yeah,
yeah.
and I think she will also like there's certain because she shuts down dragons to like to a devastating degree. I think it comes down to like, do you think this is going to be a more range heavy or more melee heavy? If you're bringing them in like a bring one,
Yeah, I
um,
honestly, and well, in the like contemporary format where you only are playing with AoE stuff, there's some strong ranged units, but I don't think there's anything that's like so good that she feels like a like it feels like some of the strongest stuff is more melee based. So it feels like bringing her isn't as good, but who knows? We'll see. There might
and it
be.
depends on like Delta will help her, I'm sure, just because all the good stuff gets more expensive. But like here it was like each pod is 300 points and 12-figure limit Delta pricing, and at the time it was literally like I mean, everyone is going to play range for either classic or melee, right? I mean, how many microcore
Yeah.
builds were there?
Yeah.
Um, Stingers, there's a Mohicans build. Uh, so so it was like to me, she was an intuitive pick because I built my pods in order. So I built the classic, and then uh, the I built the VC, and then it was like, okay, so everyone is just gonna bring range this. I should bring Glenerva.
Yeah, it makes
Um,
sense. And I think with yeah, I think the Bachburn is really the only misstep in that pod. Um
yeah.
I do
Well,
yeah,
yeah. I mean, yeah.
for
What? Not even a misstep. Just that's like a misstep is like well, yeah, I guess an avoidable mistake. That was more like shooting myself in a foot than like a stumble.
fair.
Uh,
For me
so
it
that
was
was
like
fully
for me
avoidable.
for me I realized fairly early on I was like, well, the Rygarn and B11 and Gretzel's like that's just really good. Like those squads are both really good. They both do different things, and Rygarn is just gonna be good in pod no matter what. And then it was kind of just looking through the rest of it and being like, well, I could go 3 times 10th, but 2 times 10th and Raylan makes you have to think about it some because then you're like, well, it's less 10th, but I'm also giving you Raylan, and Raylan's gonna help my other stuff. And I originally had Sir H's pod of um, Frostclaws, Irene, and I think Anshu, whatever the filler is there. And then I just kind of was thinking about it more after, especially after I don't remember what it was, but something happened where the exiles like popped off at something. Did this event drop before EscapeCon or after?
Before, yeah, because I
Yeah,
submitted before I knew which
yeah.
thing was which.
So, because well, I remember Exiles doing well in something. Maybe it was like at one of like oh, you know what it might have been? It might have been Gen Con that they started the Exiles. People were like the Exiles are really popping off, and I was like, you know what? If I put Frostclaws and Exiles in the pool, and I was like, do I have another one? And then I was like, I mean, Wraith Riders are another squad. Why not? And I was like, if I have I trust my ability to be able to play order marker games fairly well. And if I have Rygarn, I don't even have to worry about it. So I was like, yeah, let's just go all squads, more bodies. Give up bonding, but it was the only way I could get Frostclaws and Exiles, which felt like the two best AOA squads you could get.
Yeah, yeah, Exiles for sure are definitely uh yeah, I mean probably right behind Frostclaws, but yeah, Exiles are just super solid. Especially in this kind of jank pod draft thing. I did think about trying to take Iron Lick
Yeah,
as
could have been
well.
interesting.
Couldn't didn't feel I don't know, couldn't quite fit it in, but yeah, I mean my AOA pod was just broken from the start, and I got decent matchups the first two games, but then uh uh once again variance to death in the last game with cheap rolling like 5 out of 7 on concealments or something, and then
Yeah.
uh, just regular old dice this game, which was kind of a nice change of pace.
Oh, it was
Um,
sorry. It was Frostclaws, Knight, Irene, and Knaves. That's what it was. It wasn't Onshoot. It was Knaves.
yeah,
Just a squad of
Naves
Knaves
on
by
their
themselves.
own. Pretty good.
I was basically just bodies for like the end game sort of thing, and I was like, honestly, let's just get exiles because they're just better.
Yeah.
If I'm not gonna have bonding for both my squads, I was like, honestly, let's just get three really because like and so yeah, what the Frost Claws kind of ended up doing was less being more a force on their own and just being like a hey, let's just straight up attack with yeah, just have them be massive blockers. So yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go eat lunch because it
Sounds
is
good.
long.
I have to go play Night of Light in OHS here pretty
Oh,
soon.
well,
And
still, yeah.
yeah,
Nice. Good luck in the
quarterfinals.
outcut. Oh,
Yeah,
well,
we'll
that
see.
too. I mean,
It is technically
that
quarterfinals. But yes, it is also
uh,
top cut.
oh wait, for
Yeah.
OHS or
For
OST?
OHS.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
you're saying good luck in
I
the
was
top
gonna
cut
say,
for OST.
yeah, yeah,
Got it. Okay, I thought you were
yeah.
saying in the OHS games coming up. Gotcha.
Well,
Okay.
both of us, but
Yeah.
yes, we will now. We're now guaranteed to have a new champion this season. I
Yeah, should be
we
interesting.
we could not manage to gatekeep. Actually, both Foods and Chris and I did not do super well. None of us even made it to the playoffs, which is interesting. This season will be kind of a weird one. Um, yeah, looking forward to seeing how that plays out, but not complaining. I think it will be good because I'll have a pretty nice break here with no OHS and no OST. I may even just drop from random draft just to take like a good month off and see if my luck can't sort of reset
Completely
here.
fair.
'Cause
Completely
if you look
fair.
at that screenshot I posted in the
I
Discord,
did.
it's like
I did.
comical. It's
That's
comical.
that's
Like
horrifying. Yeah, no,
it's
like
like truly 30, like almost a 30%. And granted, we hadn't rolled that many dice at that point, but like the way it works is always just as likely to be that good as that bad. And the fact that
yeah,
they all managed to be that good for you and that bad for me, like for both, was just, yeah,
yeah.
nothing much to do
I
about
mean, your
that.
attack
So
dice wasn't
that's the
bad, but
bad.
it was only slightly above average. And when I'm rolling way above average defense, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But we've got Lincoln Seasonal coming up in 2 weeks, so I've got that to look forward to, and then we'll have our little spooky streamathon on which I haven't gotten the players list. I don't
Oh
know if you want
yeah,
to say, are
yeah,
you
yeah.
in the tournament? We will know who all the players are, I guess, so you could spoil that, I think. Don't tell us who you are if you are, but
I know what's
not for
happening, and I think that anything more that I say is probably not going to be helpful.
okay. Well, I'm saying I might recruit you to be a co-caster at some point.
I will say this.
Maybe.
If you recruit me to be a co-caster, I will, and I am involved theoretically, I will not spoil anything that I would theoretically know.
Okay. Well, yeah, because if you are, I guess you wouldn't know either. You would only know
If
who
I am
you are.
involved, I
So
would only know who I am.
yeah. But I'll get the list from Big here soon because I need to like actually schedule games and stuff. So there'll be plenty of things to do for me
Okay,
in October here, escape wise. Um,
cool. Well,
so
looking
yeah.
forward to that. That should be a lot of fun.
Yes, I'm very excited. And for Lincoln Seasonal too, we're
Yeah,
giving
should
away
be fun.
stories. That'll be cool. Um, I got registered to be a retailer, so I can
Hey,
order prizes and stuff now without having to go through Mana, which was
that's
just
nice.
such a huge pain. Um, yeah. So yeah, good luck in your top cuts, plural.
Thanks.
Um,
It's been
and
a minute since I've had since it's
is this
been
your
like I said, I've been in your position for it feels like the first not quite half of the year, more like first third of the year where it was like, cool, cool. I'm just going through an awful run of things. And I will admit quite a few of the not quite a few, but some of those I absolutely did not do myself any favors. I definitely chose some armies that were like, these aren't great. But yeah, it's
uh,
definitely
well, and
yeah.
it's so funny because I did truly so well at ScapeCon, like about as good as anyone could hope
Yeah,
for.
no, you had a
And then
fantastic
and then just
ScapeCon.
immediately lose eight. I think it's been 8 or 9 straight online games. So just to go from that to like where I felt like I had not a bone to pick, what's the word? Felt like I had something to prove, and then just like immediately just get trounced for 9 straight online games has been weird. I think I maybe like siphoned all of my luck
Well,
into those
so
dice rolls, and then I
it's
got COVID, and
possible.
then it was all
I
downhill
mean,
from there.
I've definitely like to joke that I have my die my luck seems to like siphon from one place to the other because like while I was having all of those awful HeroScape games, I was hitting every single lucky thing that I could as far as finding a house, and it was like, you know what? Okay, fine, I'll take
Right.
that trade.
Well, that's the thing. Nothing has happened recently where I'm like, damn, I got really lucky with this like life thing. It's just kind of been normal, I think.
Yeah,
At least
well,
nothing stands out that feels like it should counterbalance for like what just happened today
fair
or
enough.
like what
Yeah.
has been happening the last couple games. Because man, it's really sad when you play like 2 games with Nighthawk in a row and then you turn around and your opponent with like a higher threshold D20 ability does way better than you, and you're like, I just like
Yeah,
when will it break my way that I'm the one that
fair.
rolls
You know, no,
lower?
yeah, I've been there. I know that my game with Nidhogg, I literally just was like, we're just gonna keep running around the board, doing things, and trying to keep you from getting attacks on me.
Man, he's yeah.
So
Anyway, is this your first? I I can't quite remember. Is this your first OST playoffs,
it
or have you?
feels like it, but I think I made playoffs in one other instance. I think
I
I
think
made
I
it
like.
in like the Storm year. That
Oh,
feels
okay.
right. But I think
I
other
because
than
I
that,
think
I've just yeah,
to
something always
the
knocks me out.
standings once, and you were like perfectly even. It was kind of beautiful, honestly.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah. Okay, cool. Well, good luck.
Thanks.
Someone will join us in the exclusive club here. We
I'd
we
love
try
to
to
be
get
that person, but I don't
wish
know if I will be.
we try to get
IHA,
people there just
IHA,
to
and I really like IHA's builds. Um, KOL's probably got some solid stuff if he wins. Who else do I like? Um, Tiamat's solid. Darkleaf is solid. Uh, yeah, there's a lot of people that feel like they could do it. I mean, Sheep's been on a tear, so who knows?
That's true. Sheep's been siphoning my luck recently. It's like the yin yang. He's just taken everything and flipped it.
Fair enough.
All right. But
All
yes,
right.
I'm gonna
I'll
hop
let you
off
get
here
to
and
lunch
here.
and I'll reach out to KOL. So, anyone who's
Yeah.
watching the stream, there's going to be another game here pretty darn soon.
Yes. Go take a look at Daisel's stream. If anyone is watching. I just realized I did not have chat up at all.
How dare you? How dare
So
you?
if anyone was chatting, I'm so sorry. I ignored you. It was not
Sorry,
intentional.
I missed some of your
Um,
comments, red
all
plus
right,
blue.
yeah. Have a good rest of your morning. Um, yeah, I'll see you around.
See you around. I think really to quickly respond to your comment, Red versus Blue, about Wraith Riders needing Viscerat to be any good. I agree that Wraith Riders with Viscerat is a lot better than pure just Wraith Riders by themselves, but I don't think they're slouches by themselves. They've done some work for me in some of these games with how I've been playing them, but they're much, much better when they got Viscerat. Anyway, I am going to close out my stream here. Well, yeah, and I need to set up my stream layout a lot better. There's some ways I can set it up to make it easier for me to check in on chat. So I'm still working on that though. But yeah, I am gonna peace out and be back probably not too long from now. I just need to check in with KOL and see how long it's gonna be before he's ready to play. All right, peaceful.